Hello, everybody out there in YouTube land. Welcome back to Diego Knows. I, of course, am Diego. And today we're going to continue to talk about Officer and Gentleman. That's right, Officer and Gentleman, that lovely movie from 1982 that we all loved, that we all watched it. We all thought it was great. Well, it wasn't that great, but I know a lot of women liked it. Okay, definitely a lot of women love this movie. I kind of remember that time. I was a little kid at the time, but I remember my mom and my aunts talking about this fucking movie and how great it was. And Richard Gere was this big fucking stud. I'd never heard of him, but I was a little kid. What the fuck did I know, right? Okay, I did not watch this movie when it came out. I heard a lot about this movie, though. A lot of girls that I dated had seen this movie and had talked about this movie and shit. So in the 90s, in the mid 90s, when I decided that I was going to join the military myself, okay, I decided I would join the Marines because, they're the toughest ones, right? So I did that. I signed the contract and all that, and I decided I'd prep myself by watching some military movies, which is something I never really did before. I never really got into military movies. I thought they're always dumb. I thought when I was a kid, I would watch like some of the old John Wayne ones, shit. When somebody gets shot, they'd be like, ugh. There'd be no blood or nothing, no explosions or shit. This was before Saving Private Ryan came out, and they started showing you the horrors of war. So it just looked dumb to me. I was boring, and I didn't give a shit. And I could watch funny stuff. I could watch shit like fucking F Troop. I thought that was hilarious. I watched F Troop as a little kid. But I wasn't really attracted to military movies at all. Okay, I thought they were very boring, and I didn't really care. But I decided since I was joining the Marines that I would get a crash course on military stuff. And I'd already seen Full Metal Jacket. Okay, but that was I think pretty much the only one I'd seen. So I decided to start watching some movies. I'd heard a lot about Officer and Gentleman, how great it was. I knew it had a hit song attached to it. I think I'd heard it on the radio before. Love Lizards Up Where We Belong. That was with Joe Cocker and Jennifer Warnes, Jennifer Warnes, by the way, also sang the fucking Time of My Life from fucking Dirty Dancing. That's the last movie I fucking I reviewed on here, and that movie's a piece of shit. And if you want to know why, you need to watch all those videos, okay? I ain't going over that again, all right? Love Patrick Swayze, but that movie was fucking bullshit, all right? And that's what I do here, okay? I give you a straight man's point of view, okay? I'm going to give you an honest to God point of view, okay, that you're not going to get from the average guy. Let's face it, ladies. Your husbands, your dad, your boyfriend ain't going to tell you the fucking truth, okay, about these fucking movies, and you don't want to hear it if they did, okay? Because let's face it, this is bullshit. It's not realistic, okay? Now, this movie is pretty realistic for the most part, okay? Having been in the military, having gone through boot camp, I'm telling you right now, Zach Mayo's boot camp was a fucking joke, okay? It was a fucking spa. It was a fucking resort compared to what I had to fucking go through at MCRD fucking San Diego, okay? I didn't get fucking weekends off. I didn't get to wear nice fucking uniforms and go to fucking dances and shit and get fucking laid and go to bars and get into fucking fights. I didn't get to do that shit, okay, when I was in boot camp, but apparently Zach Mayo can, all right? Yeah, dude, what the fuck is this? He gets to ride his fucking motorcycle to fucking boot camp. Are you out of your fucking mind? Anyway. But I digress. Okay, the point is that we get to see a little view of what it's like to go to Officer Candidate School. Okay, specifically for flying for jets. Okay, for become a pilot. A fighter pilot. Okay, or some sort of a pilot in the fucking in the Navy. Okay, and as a Marine myself, we were a department of the Navy. Okay, we were the men's department. I'll tell you this right now, Zach Mayo could not cut it as a fucking devil dog. No fucking way. But anyway, but I do like Zach Mayo a lot. I thought that his character was very relatable, especially to the straight guys that are out there. I think that this movie was probably made for guys. I think it was. I think it was just part of the whole recruitment propaganda that American military used to have in the 80s. They were making a lot of fucking military movies in the 80s. I mentioned that in the last video. They had Stripes, they had Private Benjamin, Heartbreak Ridge, Full Metal Jacket, Top Gun, of course, is probably the best of them all, that kind of thing. So there was a lot of fucking movies being made about the military in the 80s, pro-military, which would never get done today, with the exception of Top Gun. They would never fucking show the American military in a positive light. That would never happen today in 2023, because everyone knows that if you love America, if you're an American and you love your country, that means you're a fucking racist. Okay, so yeah, Hollywood would never escape, would never fucking allow that today. Okay, but back then it wasn't that way. Okay, you gotta remember, 1982, that was the era of Reagan. Okay, and Reagan was a hard ass. Yes, he suffered from dementia. He had Alzheimer's disease. Yes, the corporations were telling him what to do. But god damn it, the world was fucking afraid of him. Okay, Gorbachev was afraid of him. China was afraid of him. Okay, this guy was he was an actor. He probably faked it. Okay, but he fucking acted tough. Okay, he acted tough for America. Okay, what the fuck did when was the last time we had a fucking president like that? Okay, I'll give you one hint. Okay, it was recently, but it ain't the one from right now. And we'll just leave it at that. All right, I ain't getting all political here, but we're talking about the 80s when this movie came out. So this movie was very pro-Navy, okay? And I think they made this movie to get the guys to want to sign up in the Navy. Hey, listen, you become an officer in the Navy, man. You know, you'll get laid. You know, you'll have fun. You know, that's probably what they were trying to do. The guy that wrote this movie, his name, I talked about it before, but his name was what the fuck was it here? Okay, it was written by Douglas Day Stewart. Okay, Douglas Day Stewart wrote this movie, and he based it on his own experiences going to officer candidate school in Florida. Because in real life, the jet school, the Navy jet school, is in Florida. Okay, it's not in fucking Washington like in this movie. But they weren't allowed to film it on a real base. Okay, so they had to film it in Washington. They had a fucking shut down base. Okay, that was deactivated. Okay, so yeah, Douglas Day Stewart. This was based on his own experiences going to officer candidate school. He met a fucking girl, a redneck girl that lived that worked at a factory in the bullshit fucking military town they're always there right next to the base. There's always some bullshit little redneck town next to the base. Okay, when I was stationed at Camp Lejeune, we had Jacksonville. Right outside. When I was going to tank school in Fort Knox, we had Elizabethtown right outside. You know, that's where. And these little fucking shithole towns, okay, all they are, dude, it's nothing but fucking car dealerships, fucking strip malls, fucking tattoo parlors, and titty bars. That's all there is. And a shitload of fucking Taco Bells and Burger Kings. That's it. That's all that's there. All right, you want any real culture, you got to drive like fucking 3 hours away, okay? And that goes for every military base. There's a reason they put them out in the fucking middle of nowhere, okay? And that's exactly what's going on here with Zach Mayo, okay? He's in this fucking island, Port Rainier, okay? And there's this fucking town that you got to take a ferry to get there. But this little shithole fucking redneck town is out there where they got the paper factory, and that's where our female protagonists work, okay? You got Paula, and you got Lynette, okay? And they're basically, think Laverne and Shirley, only they're not making beer, they're making cardboard boxes, okay? Talking about a bullshit job. And Paula works there in this factory with her mom, okay? How bad is that? That's gotta fucking suck. So the only thing they have to look forward to is on the weekends, they get on the ferry and they go over there to meet the new recruits, and they look for the hot guys, and they try to get one of these guys to fall in love with them, okay? And to marry them and get them out of that fucking shithole town. And the best way and the fastest way to do it is to get pregnant. Okay, so that's what they're doing, okay? It's a racket, and it's true. I saw it myself when I was at Fort Knox. I mentioned that last video. Once I got off the bus, those girls were there waiting for us. They were already there, dude, and they wanted to hook up with one of us, so they could get the fucking health insurance, they could get the benefits, they could get the free housing, they can get the food allowance, all that kind of shit that happens when you're married to someone who's active duty military, and you get to leave your fucking shithole town and go to whatever fucking duty station you're at, okay? Where there's a lot more fucking guys that you can fuck around while your husband's out there fucking being deployed and fighting fucking Saddam Hussein, okay? No, I don't talk from experience because I wasn't married, but it happened to a lot of guys I knew. Fuck that noise, okay? And the guys that already work there, they're happy too. The instructors that we had, the ones that are stationed at the school, they're there permanently, okay? Until they get transferred to another duty station. But the instructors stay there. We recycle out. We go in through one cycle, and then another cycle comes in, then another cycle comes in. And these girls know when the cycles are going to start, when they're going to end, okay? So they're hoping to nab one of us before our cycle ends, okay? But the instructors, they live there. They're there all the fucking time, okay? They're always teaching new cycles all the fucking time, okay? And they're happy to have one of their students fucking take one of these fucking women off of their hands, because they've been fucking them all the time. They've already fucked all of them, and they're fucking tired of it. Now, this is the shit they don't fucking tell you at the recruiting station, okay? But I'm fucking telling you because I've already been through this shit, all right? I'm telling you the fucking truth, all right? It's fucking true. These girls got nothing else going on in their lives except hooking up with some fucking college-educated fucking aviator, okay? That they can fucking, get them to fucking marry them, okay? So they can get the fuck out of that shithole town, have a better life, I can't really say I blame them for doing that. But let me tell you, it causes a lot of resentment, especially amongst the men, the civilian men that live in that fucking town. Because none of the girls want to fucking date them. They want to date us. Okay, which causes some problems, okay, and we'll get to that later on, all right, because I went through a lot of that shit too, okay. So anyway, I'm Diego. I'm going to give you a straight man's point of view, okay? If you cannot handle the truth, okay, if you cannot handle, and I quoted another military movie, okay, but if you cannot handle the truth, okay, get the fuck out of here right now. I'm not going to censor myself for you, okay? I'm not trying to hurt your feelings. I don't fucking know you, but I'm going to tell you the honest God truth, okay, about what it's really like to be in the military, to be going through boot camp and falling in love in the fucking military when you're fucking active duty, and there's a goddamn war going on, all right? Yeah, I'll tell you exactly what it's like, okay? It ain't the fucking best. There's some good things about it, but it ain't the fucking best life in the world, all right? So I'm going to tell you the honest God that truth based on my own experiences. All right, okay, and I'm gonna review this movie at the same time, okay? Because I actually like this movie, okay? So there's a lot of good things going on here, okay? But I'm gonna separate the fact from the fucking fiction, okay? The real question you need to ask yourself is, can you handle it? Can you handle the truth? Okay, because I don't think you can. In fact, I know you can't. I know you can't, all right? I'm not gonna sugarcoat shit. I'm not gonna sugarcoat nothing. I'm gonna give you straight up fucking dose of truth with no lube. No lube. All right, moving right along. So where we left off last time, there's a dance, okay? Because apparently when you're in boot camp, they have fucking dances over there. Well, it's not called boot camp in the Navy. It's called Aviator Officer Candidate School. Okay, that's what they're going through, and they're not recruits like I was. They're candidates. Okay, so they're going through their fucking version of fucking basic training and boot camp and shit, right? So the first month that they're there, they have no liberty at all. They fucking live there 24/7. They get drilled, which means they get marched around. They get shot how to put on their uniform, how to make their fucking bed. We call it a rack, you know, all that kind of shit. All this military classes, you know, all that kind of bullshit. They get inspected and all this kind of shit, all right? When they finally do get some sort of a liberty, they have a dance, okay? Now what happens is there's this ferry that brings the girls from out of town into there, and that's what they're doing, okay? These female girls, they come in there wearing their hot fucking summer dresses, okay? And they're trying to hook up with one of these guys. So basically it's all civilian girls and a bunch of fucking military guys. Unfortunately, the men that are there outnumber the women about fucking 2,500 to 1. So most of the guys are just standing there against the wall in the corner, you know, with their thumb up their ass, okay, hoping some girl will pick them, okay? Meanwhile, the guys with some balls, like Emilio de la Sera, he just goes out there on the prowl looking for a girl, and he grabs one and takes her to the fucking dance floor. And even Seagar, who's the only girl in this fucking class that Mayo is in, okay, she hooks up with some fucking stud. She takes her on the fucking dance floor, all right? So you've got fucking Sid Worley, okay, and you got Zach Mayo. These are the two main guys in this movie, all right? And they're standing there, okay, and they're in their whites, okay, in their navy whites, you know, think the Top Guns, okay? They're standing there waiting, looking for some girls, and they noticed the two girls they met earlier about a month ago when they were getting fucking, when they're getting hazed. They're not really hazed, but they were getting IT, is what we call it. That was called incentive training. Basically, when you fuck up, they make you do a shitload of exercises that you will never do correctly to their satisfaction, so they make you do it over and over and over again until you're fucking screaming in fucking pain, and then they make you do it some more. That's called IT. That's what they call it, and that's what was happening to them because they were talking in formation, okay? And while they were doing that, while they were getting IT'd, okay, that's when they first saw these two girls, Paula and Lynette, walk by in their hot-ass summer dresses, okay, and making little cracks, like, hey, it grows about an inch in about a month, you know, it grows like about an inch by then, you know. I don't know if they're talking about his hair, because he just got his head shaved, or he's talking about his cock, I don't fucking know, okay, but either way, it makes sense, all right, and then Lynette tells her, hey, we'll see you in about a month when you get liberty, okay, well, now it's been a month, all right, so we're at this fucking dance here, and there's Lynette and Paula there, okay, and of course, they're scoping around, looking for some fucking sucker to fucking get attached to, so they can get the fuck out, get their meal ticket out of this fucking shithole town that they live in. And the music that we're hearing is played by some band. They're playing Tie the Yellow Ribbon Round the Old Oak Tree. It's been 2 long years. Are you still with me? And if you tie that ribbon round the old oak tree, I'll get all in the back, forget all the jack. Blame it all on me. So tie that yellow ribbon on the old oak tree. I'm sorry, that song is fucking catchy. It's catchy as fuck. Okay, Touring in Orlando. It's a Vietnam song. Anyway, I was just listening to it recently because of this fucking movie. But yeah, it's a good song, man. It's fucking catchy. God damn it, dude. I think more of this song than I think about the fucking Love Lift Us Up Where We Belong. But anyway, moving around along. So they're there, okay. And they go up there, ask for an introduction. Of course, they get one. They get an introduction with these two hot-ass girls. And they are hot. Lynette and Paula are pretty fucking hot. Me, personally, I like blondes. I'm not really that attracted. My eyes just automatically go towards women with lighter hair. You know, I notice a girl with blonde hair before I notice a brunette. Okay, but in this case, Zach obviously made the right choice. Sid picks Lynette and goes off to dance with her. And so that leaves Zach with Paula. So, because Paula's actually more nervous than Zach is. You can tell by her body language and her posture and her attitude. Okay, now Zach is very confident with women. Okay, he's very at ease. He has no problem flirting with girls, bantering with them. You know, he's very at ease with girls, which is a very rare trait, okay? Well, the reason he's that way is because he grew up in a fucking whorehouse, okay? He grew up with his dad who didn't really show him any affection, okay? His dad's way of telling his son that I love you is by getting him fucking laid, okay? With the shitload of fucking Filipino prostitutes that are over there and the Navy bases over there where his dad was stationed, okay? So he grew up there because his mom committed suicide when he was a kid. So he grew up with his dad on a duty station, okay, in the fucking Philippines, okay? And his dad always had fucking whores there, okay, at all times. So you can imagine he probably got laid when he was like 11 years old, 12 years old, and never stopped since then. So these women taught him everything about the fucking vag, okay? He knows his way around a clitoris. He knows everything, okay? My God, you want to talk about a fucking kick-ass childhood, and I don't think it's illegal over there for these fucking 17, 16-year-old, 18-year-old girls to be having sex with a fucking 12-year-old boy. I don't think it's illegal over there. I'm not really sure because I've never been there, okay? But yeah, so he grew up fucking getting fucking laid, okay? Fucking a shitload of women. So Paula is no different. Unfortunately, ladies, for those of you ladies that don't understand this, okay, guys that grew up, okay, having women throw themselves at them, they don't really appreciate a girl who goes out of her way to show affection to a guy. I know it's a big deal for you, like, oh my God, I'm showing him all this interest and he fucking doesn't give a shit. Okay, I know it's a big deal for you, but for him, it's fucking Tuesday. Okay, that's the problem. Okay, you got to understand. Okay, guys that are high value like this, okay, they don't give a shit how scared you are to talk to them. They don't give a shit about you offering your pussy to them. Okay, because they get that all the fucking time. Okay, there's nothing special about you. If all you got is your fucking pussy, okay, then he'll take it if there's no one better around. Okay, but he's gonna forget about you tomorrow. Okay, I'm sorry, but it's true. Okay. It's true, okay? And I know I'm hurting your feelings here, but it's fucking true, okay? And Zach is a high-value guy, okay? He knows how to talk to girls. He has no problem. He knows his way around a fucking vag, so he knows that whoever this girl is, he's gonna give her a shitload more pleasure than he's gonna get out of it, okay? Because that's what he's been doing since he was a fucking 11 years old, okay? So what the fuck, you know? So of course he talks to her, and she fucking falls for everything he's saying, you know? He makes jokes about her, you know? He's Italian. Mayo is an Italian name. His drill instructor, Gunny Foley, calls him mayonnaise, you know? I don't know, is that a knock on him for his fucking cum or some shit? Because we used to call him mayonnaise as well. But you know, she calls him, you know, Mayo the Wop. You know, and her name's Paula, so he calls her Paula the Polak. Okay, I thought it was kind of cute and funny. You know, she tossed him shade, he tossed it right back, and that's what you do when you're talking to girls, okay? You always want to, as a man, you always want to fucking guide the conversation, okay? You always want to leave it open to interpretation, but you kind of want to do some banter, okay? And if you want to know what bantering is like, watch fucking, there's a show from the 80s I used to watch called Moonlighting, okay? Yeah, so with Bruce Willis and Sybil Shepherd. It's an old fucking show. You probably never heard of it, okay? But that show was fucking great because of the banter that they had. The two main characters, Bruce Willis and Sybil Shepherd, they were always talking shit to each other. Not in a gross way. It was regular TV. They couldn't curse or anything like that, you know. But their conversations were so interesting. Okay, they were always like going back and forth. He was very masculine. She was very feminine. Okay, and at no point did he ever act like he just wanted to stay in the friend zone. He always was pushing the envelope, trying to get in her pants at all times. She would always blow him off until she finally didn't. Okay, but the point is that, hey, listen, I'm your friend. Okay, and all that, and I'm going to help you out, and I'm going to joke with you, and we're going to toss ideas back and forth, and I'll do all that kind of stuff, but don't think for one fucking second, okay, that I'm not going to try to fuck you if I can, all right, because I am, okay? That's exactly the kind of energy that Bruce Willis's character brought on that show, and that's the kind of energy that Zach Mayo is showing here, okay? Like, he's like, hey, I want to fuck you, but, you know, I don't want you to think there's anything outside of that. Now Zach Mayo is very stoked because he doesn't really understand what affection is. His dad didn't give him any affection. His dad's way of giving him affection growing up was to fucking give him a fucking hooker. As a matter of fact, when he graduated college recently, his dad's present to him was two fucking hookers that they both fucking fucked. Okay, on the same night. Okay, that was his dad's way of showing his son that he loved him, that he was proud of him, by getting him two fucking hookers for his graduation present. Okay, not a bad. My dad never got me that, for Christ's sake. Okay, not a bad present. Okay, but what I'm saying is that it wasn't the first time. Okay, his dad's been doing this to him since he was a little kid. Okay, he grew up in a fucking whorehouse, for Christ's sake. Of course he got laid at a young age. Okay, for him, pussy is like fucking eating at McDonald's. All right, that's what separates him from other men. Okay, unfortunately most of us, we don't grow up in a situation like that. Okay, we actually have to earn our fucking pussy. Okay, we actually have to get the girl to like us and shit, or do something that gets the girl to like us before we can get laid. All right, we don't just have it thrown at us when we're fucking little kids. Are you out of your fucking mind? But anyway, yeah. So anyway, that's why he's so special, and that's why he's a high value man. All right, and that's why he has no fear around Paula. Okay, Paula's used to being with guys that are nervous around her. They're afraid they're going to say the wrong thing and offend her, and that kind of shit. She's used to that. But Zach Mayo, that's not who Zach Mayo is. Okay, he can lead the conversation. It's a very masculine trait, and we really need more of that today. Okay, because this movie would never get made in 2023. If anyone were to make a movie like this, they would call it fucking sexual harassment, Me Too, all this kind of fucking shit. You know, it would never work today in 2023. They would never allow it. Okay, but I guarantee you, if they were to make a movie like this and not reboot it, okay, where it's fucking a gay couple and shit, and they're trying to adopt a fucking a transgender kid, no, none of that bullshit, okay, which are what the reboots are today. But if they were to remake this movie somehow, okay, it would never get made. Okay, but if someone were to remake it like this, a story like this, where a guy acts like a guy and a girl acts like a girl, okay, oh my God, you know how much money that movie would fucking make? They would make so much money just because we're not used to it anymore. Okay, the kids today haven't seen a movie like that in a long fucking time, if at all. Okay, we've had 10 years of fucking political correct fucking CRT bullshit, okay? Which is why a movie like this would never get made today. Okay, it sucks. Now there is some hope in the future, because I know that today, as a matter of fact, the writers in Hollywood all went on strike again. Remember when they went on strike about 15 years ago and Lost? That's why the Lost TV show went to shit, was because of the writer's strike. Okay, I remember. Okay, well, they went on strike today. So hopefully we'll get some better writers now. Okay, because the bullshit they've been writing today on TV shows and movies fucking sucks fucking ass. Okay, I'm sick and tired of turning to fucking entertainment and it all getting fucking political. Anyway, moving right along, and it's all political in one direction only. Okay, anyway, so moving right along. Okay, he bullshits Paul a little bit. They're making small talk. He says that his dad was an admiral in the Navy. Bullshit fucking shit. His dad was his dad was an ensign in the fucking Navy. Okay, which means he was a non-commissioned officer, an NCO, which means he did not go to college. He just went straight out of high school in the Navy and has been there ever since. Okay, so she bullshits him about he's an admiral and that he grew up going to all these different naval stations like Kathmandu, you know, and Nairobi and in Moscow, and she kind of goes along with it. And then she, oh wait a minute, there's no naval base in Moscow. He's like, yeah, right, you dumbass. He was fucking with her. Okay, see, that's the kind of confidence that Zach Mayo has, right? But she's smart enough to have caught it, all right? Because she knows her way around the Navy as well. Yeah, she knows some shit about fucking sailors too. Yeah, I'm sure she does. Anyway, so yeah, being a rear admiral, that kind of bullshit. She catches it. Paul's like, so you got a girl, Mayo the WAP? Now, for you guys out there, whenever a girl asks you that, okay, that is a green flag. Okay, not so much a red flag because you don't really know the girl, but if she asks you if you have a girlfriend, that means that she wants to know if it's worth her time to keep talking to you or if to move on. And she would only think that it's worth her time to keep talking to you if she thought there was something there. Okay, there's something worth pursuing. So if a girl asks you that, you're talking to a girl and she asks you that, you know, you've been conversing for a while, she asks you something like that, you got a girlfriend, okay, then that's a good sign. That's a good sign. Okay, but if you want to fuck her, don't tell her the truth that you do. Okay. Anyway, hey. J-Man's point of view. That's what I give you here. That's what it says on the fucking description of this video. All right. So he tells her, okay, like, you got a girl, Mayo the WAP? He's like, no. I ain't looking for one. Honesty, holy shit, he's being fucking honest, okay? Now Zach Mayo is kind of an asshole, okay? He's very selfish, he's very, he's very full of himself. He doesn't work well with others. He only cares about himself throughout this whole thing. He's doing this to get back at his dad because he wants to do something with his life, okay? But he's not a team player. He doesn't really understand how to work as a team, okay? He's all about himself, okay? He's got a little side hustle selling, uniform items to the other candidates there, okay, for money, okay. He doesn't help out the other candidates when they're going through the obstacle course. He just sits there and looks at them while the other candidates are cheering each other on. He's just out there by himself, you know, because he's full of himself, okay. That's the problem with being a selfish person, is you're the only one that can stand your company, okay. And that's the kind of person that he is, all right. So he tells her the truth, okay. Like I said, he's got confidence. He doesn't need to lie to her. He doesn't give a shit. You know, most girls, when you tell them the truth, like, no, I don't have a girlfriend. You know what? I don't really want one. You know, usually that turns off the conversation. The girl walks away, okay? Because she's like, what am I wasting my time for, okay? If that's what she's looking for. If she's just looking to get laid, she doesn't give a fuck. She probably wouldn't ask that question anyway. She would never ask you if you had a girlfriend if she just wanted to get laid, because she don't give a shit, okay? But if she is looking for something more than just a fucking one-night stand or something, or just a fuck buddy, then she's going to fucking want to know. And if you tell her the truth that you do, or if you tell her something like, no, I don't have a girlfriend, I don't want one, then she'll turn away. She'll be like, okay, you know, I'm going to pass on this one because he's not, you know, he doesn't want the same things that I want, okay? But he has the confidence to tell the truth. I mean, which means he doesn't give a shit if she walks away. He doesn't care, okay? She's just one amongst many. And that's the problem with a lot of these fucking chick flicks, okay? You give this sense, it gives you the sense of entitlement, ladies. Y'all think you're one in a million, okay? The truth is you are one of a million. Now, I'm not saying men are better than women. I will never say that men are better than women because we're not. Okay, we're just different. Okay, but men, we already know we're not one in a million. Okay, we grew up knowing we're not one in a million. All right, we know that we got to do something to get you to like us. All right, we know that. That's the difference. Okay. Anyway, so moving right along. Okay. So he's honest, okay? And like I said, you don't see that in the movies today. No guy would ever be honest. He'll give you the bullshit fucking pre-scripted fucking rom-com fucking speech that you've heard in every fucking romance movie. Oh, and it's you. I just need you. Kind of bullshit. You complete me, kind of crap that we hear in all these fucking movies nowadays. It's all the same fucking shit. And it's on TV shows too. TV shows just a fucking lower budget version of the same shit they pull out and fucking on Netflix and Hollywood. It's all bullshit. Anyway, so that's going on here. And Paula's like, so what are you looking for? He's like, you know what, Paula? I heard girls only come to these things to get a husband. Yeah. Is that what you're doing? And she's like, no. He's like, well, then why do you come to these things? All suave and shit. Like, he goes right to the point. And she's like, she says that she just wants to meet people, and improve herself. Like, yeah, you're gonna improve yourself by fucking go to Navy dances to get laid. That's gonna improve yourself. You want to meet a bunch of friends that you're never gonna see again? What, really? Is that why you go? Get the fuck out of here, okay? He knows why she's there. Okay, he's telling her, hey, I know why you're there, but I want to see how you handle this information. He knows how to talk to women. I give him that, man. He knows how to flirt. Okay, he's trying to get her to admit something that he already knows the answer, but he wants to see what she thinks. Okay, he's basically calling her out. He already knows. Like, okay, from a position of power, she automatically knows that, hey, the only reason this guy's talking to me is because he wants to fuck me. Okay, so I got the power because I know what he wants, and now he switched it. He switched it now to, hey, listen, I know what you're doing here. The only reason you're talking to me is because you want me to hook up with you so you can fucking marry my ass and get the fuck out of this shithole town that you're in. Okay, so I'm going to put the question on you, okay? You're going to have to validate yourself to me. and that's how you do it. Perfect class right there on how to talk to women. Anyway, okay, so she says she just wants to meet people and improve herself. Yeah, meet people and improve herself. That's right. Okay, and then she works at the National Paper Factory. Okay, and then she wants to save up some money and travel. Okay, why is it all you girls always want to fucking travel all the fucking time? I swear to God, all you girls are all, I want to go to Italy. We're going to Venice, and get the fuck out of here with that fucking noise. My God. What the fuck is? How come none of you just say, hey, I just want to fucking, own my own fucking home and watch some fucking TV when I fucking feel like it, okay? What the fuck? Everyone, I want to go to Italy. They all fucking say Italy for some fucking reason. Anyway, so she says that she wants to save up money and travel the world and maybe go to Moscow. Well, you know what? This is 1982. You don't want to be an American in Moscow, okay? You ever make it to Moscow, you ain't coming back, right? They're gonna hold you there, okay, in Moscow in 1982. Okay? That's a fucking Cold War, okay? Get the fuck out of here. Who vacations? Nobody vacationed. No Americans vacationed in Moscow in 1982. Are you out of your fucking mind? But anyway, she says that, all right? She's just bringing that up, because he said his dad was stationed at a naval base in Moscow. Get the fuck out of here. He's full of shit. Anyway, meanwhile, Lynette and Sid are dancing and they're talking as well while they're slow dancing to Tie the Yellow Ribbon Round the Old Oak Tree. Anyway, I can't get the song in my head either. Okay, so dance, okay, and they're talking about the Dilbert dunk. She asked him, have you done the Dilbert dunker? Oh, what the fuck that is? Okay, I have no idea what that is. Okay, and they both had brothers. It turns out they both had brothers that died in Vietnam. Okay, now this is 1982, and Vietnam ended in 1973. Okay, so that means that Sid Worley, I'm guessing he's probably 22 or 23. Okay, so if his brother died, 9 years ago, let's say that he was 12. Or 14, he was 14 years old when his brother died. So we're guessing that his brother we went to officer candidate school too. So he was 14, his brother must have been 22, 23, 24, and he's 12, but yet he's got his brother's girlfriend back home. How the fuck old is she? 16? Like, what the fuck? It's like, if his 24 brother died when he was 24 and he had a girlfriend, then she would be a minimum of 10 years older than Sid. So why would he be engaged to her? That makes no fucking sense. You can't do the fucking math. And I just point that out because they said his brother died in Vietnam. Well, Vietnam ended in 73. Okay, so like that was 9 years ago in this movie. So what the fuck? The math makes no sense. Okay, they don't want you to think about it too much. All right. Anyway, so Sid, so they both had brothers that died in Vietnam. Okay, and Sid basically tells her, I don't want to fucking talk about it. Let's talk about something else. Okay, because this is a soft spot for him. It's a sore spot for him. He doesn't want to talk about his brother. This is very, very sad. He's like he's not over it yet. Okay. So that's going on here, okay? His brother's name was Tommy, by the way. His brother's name was Tommy, okay? So she says, like, we don't have to talk at all. you know, and then she takes him by the hand, right? The next scene we see is Zach and Mayo are there together, okay? And they change the song. The band starts playing Feelings. Feelings. Nothing more than feelings. Ever since I had you, loved you. You'll never come again. Feelings. Whoa, 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 feelings. Yeah, this is the kind of bullshit that came out in the fucking 70s that my mom used to fucking play in her fucking Honda while I was in the fucking child seat in the fucking, oh, there were no child seats back then, when I was sitting in the back seat with no fucking child seat, okay? Yeah, this is the kind of bullshit that I was listening to in my mom's fucking Honda radio, okay? But yeah, anyway, Feelings, yeah, Morris Albert, by the way, if you want to hear that song, Morris Albert sings, it's a piece of fucking shit song. But hey, the 70s were full of fucking these stupid ass love ballads. Look up Gino Vanelli, man, he had some of the best ones. I just wanna stop and tell you what I think about you, babe. Yeah, also, yeah. Fucking, what's his name? Peter Frampton, you know. Yeah, there's a lot of these fucking soft rock bullshit songs from the 70s. Yeah, that era will never come back again, unfortunately. All right, so that's going on here. Okay. Mayo tells, Mayo's dancing with Paula. He tells her that he's not really sure. He's not 100% sure he's going to graduate, you know, because he has a problem with aerodynamics and that kind of thing. He's not sure if he's going to graduate. And Paula tells him, well, you need to visualize it, okay? You need to visualize it because I read it in Cosmo that if you can see yourself graduating in your head, then it'll happen in real life. You just got to believe that's going to happen. The fuck, yeah, she heard it in Cosmo, so that should tell you her level of intelligence. Okay, she read it in fucking Cosmo. Okay, you know, so why don't you visualize yourself out of that fucking factory you're working at? Okay. Anyway, so yeah, so he tells her. So of course he tells her she's pretty because, you know, he hadn't said it yet. Which is, I mean, you know, he probably should say it, but you need to work it in. You don't lead with that. Hey, you're pretty. You never want to lead with that with a girl. Okay, she already knows she's fucking pretty. That's why she's there. She went through a lot of trouble to look this way. Okay, so she already knows how fucking pretty she is. Okay, there's lots of guys that are just gonna come up and tell her she's pretty. You don't want to be that guy because she ain't gonna remember you. Okay, you want to work that in later on. And Zach is good about that. This guy can teach you a course on how to pick up girls, man, big time. So he tells her she's pretty just in order to get her to shut the fuck up. That's why he told her that. She's talking about Cosmo. Who gives a fuck about Cosmo, okay? No guys do not give a fuck about Cosmo, all right? Okay, so basically he tells her she's pretty to get her to shut up, okay? Because he's confident. He's good like that, okay? And they leave, okay? So Sid and Lynette join them, and they decide to leave the fucking dance, and they go out to the fucking beach, okay? And the reason they went to the beach, okay, in Lynette's car, okay? The reason they go to the beach is so they can fuck. All right, so basically Lynette and Sid stay in the fucking car. Okay, they're making out. He's fingering her, doing all the fucking shit you do, you know, when you're fucking stationed at a base, you know, the typical stuff. There's like a handbook somewhere on this shit. You know, you got to hit every check mark. Okay, you sit there, you make some small talk, then you kiss, and you feel her titty, then your fucking finger goes in there, you know, and then next thing you know, she's undoing your fucking zipper. Yeah, it's the typical shit. I mean, there's like a manual on it. All right, yeah, so that's going on between Sid and Lynette. Okay, they just talk, and then she talks about the you know, so that's what's going on in the car. Okay, so they're gonna fuck. All right. Meanwhile, Zach and Paul are outside. Okay, and they're standing on the fucking sand. Okay, and they're fucking making out and kissing. You know. Okay, and she starts to talk about fucking tie the yellow ribbon round the old oak tree. It's been 2 long years. Are you still with me? And if you tie that ribbon round the old oak tree, I'll get on the back. Forget about that. Blame it all on me. Just tie that yellow ribbon on the old oak tree. Do, 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 do. Yeah, okay. Anyway. Sorry. Last time. So she tells him that we really need to go back in the dance hall and listen to that song again because the way they were playing it was so fucking good. And then she starts to fucking start doing the lyrics like I just did, but Zach fucking kisses her to shut her the fuck up. Okay, you know, and he kisses her, okay, to shut her up again. Okay, and then they go to the beach. They find a spot on the beach. We don't see it. It's off camera. Hey, let's go over there. And they go over there to fuck. Okay, on the beach with no towels. So it's gonna be pretty fucking dirty and sand's gonna get everywhere. Yeah, absolutely, okay? Yeah, and so they do it, okay? He met her and they fucked, okay? Both couples fucked, all right? Good for them, all right? Because that's how you do it in the military, all right? Now, I'm going to stop my review right here, but I'll be back shortly to continue my review of Officer and Gentleman. I thank you very much for watching this long, and I will see you soon on the next one. Bye.